Hello and welcome back to TNWKS, the Now We Know show, the show where we discuss a topic of interest, and by the end we will have learned something new, and hopefully you will too. I am Zak.
And I'm Buzz, and yes, we're back for a number 2 session of I'm a Celebrity! Get me out of here! Yes, we're back for round 2 of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yes.
Our podcast special on this current series, which is coming to an end now. But we're almost there.
A lot has happened since our last episode.
Yeah, and it's been an exciting and enjoyable series, which we will talk about in depth as we go along.
But first I
yes.
think we should reveal the fact that we are doing, yet again, another Bushtucker Trial.
It's an eating challenge.
It's an eating challenge, even more disgusting than the last one.
Yes, and it's called
Disgusting DELI.
Well, that's what we've sort of come up with.
DELI of
Doom.
Doom, yeah.
DELI of Stoom.
Stoom? I don't know what Stoom is. I don't want to eat it.
I don't want to eat it.
I mean, it might be a delicious deli. We'll find out.
We'll find out
when we get
later
to
on
it.
in the podcast. But anyway, so let's go back. Interesting thing, okay? Because we finished off last time, and we hadn't got the new arrivals.
Yes, and we kind of hypothesised
we
thought
were
going to get some.
We're going to get some new arrivals, and we also said, it'd be really nice if we could have the secret
challenges.
And yes, they must have been listening to us because they came in with Reverend Richards and Moira
Higgins.
Yes, and they were in the junkyard and immediately went straight into. Basically, they were in luxury.
Yeah,
and
they had to kind of convince everyone else that they were living in the worst conditions.
And I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, as soon as that came on and they started doing that, I thought, yes, they're listening to us. We've got a secret thing. I mean, I love the one in the cave, where they're having to recruit people.
That is my favourite.
That has been my favourite. But this one hasn't been bad.
It's been all right.
I just think
it wasn't particularly successful, though, was it?
Well, I think they could have.
Should have lasted longer.
They could have strung it out a bit longer. And, of course, Dean went and basically, when they were being confronted by the rest of the celebrities, he sort of said, how did you guess? And they go, you've just told them. So he was absolutely useless at keeping a secret, bless him. But, yeah, I enjoyed that. Yes. That was fun.
So a lot of things have happened since our last episode.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people eliminated from the show. We've got
let's see the first person, right? Okay, so what we always do is we try, and I'm sure the viewers and listeners do the same.
I mean, that's probably the point.
You're kind of guessing who's going to be out.
Yeah,
and I got it on the first one. Jane, guessed that one correctly. After that, absolutely useless. Didn't get anything right until jumping forwards, and we'll go back to everybody else. Jumping forwards, last night I got it half right because it was Barry McGuigan went out, but I didn't expect Maura to go out.
And my personal favourite, Melvin,
he
went as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm heartbroken.
It was a bit. I didn't with Dean.
Yeah,
he went out second, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, we lost obviously to Lisa on the way as well. So so all in all, you've lost Jane. Then I think it was Dean. Then it was Talisa. Then it was Melvin, and then it was Barry and Moira, which I thought Moira would do.
Well, that was the thing. I'd heard that she was like one of the fan favourites.
Well, talking about favourites,
not.
We'll come to who we think's going to win.
Yeah, I mean, at least we've narrowed it down from last time.
Yeah. So, what have you thought about the Bushtucker trials when it's come to the main trials for food?
I think they've been all right. I mean, to be honest, the most recent thing that's come up has been the golden ticket to Cyclone thing.
Now that was an unusual move, really.
Arcade of, what was it called?
The Arcade of Agony.
Yeah, they had a couple of
really
interesting things
enjoyed
to
the
do
Arcade
there. That was quite fun. I thought it was good fun.
Taking 4 of them in there and then another 4, and then getting the 4 qualifiers to play it off.
It certainly mixed up the format.
But I must say, I did guess that. I called right on that one.
Yeah.
We had the 4 winners, and I said Oti would get it. And she did. And she didn't just get it, she nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was slick moves on her part to get the... basically what they were doing is they were playing Tetris, weren't they?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of Tetris with the blocks, and she just did it on the floor. God, she was getting covered in stuff, wasn't she?
I think
she basically made a table.
They all were.
But when she was bending over, she created a table on her back, so she
Yeah.
was like, and it didn't put her off. She just kept on, and
I mean, it seemed to work. It seemed to work what she was doing.
She did it right. She did it. She's straight down there, and as I think Danny said, maybe it was part of the analytical mind of a civil engineer that she said, right, I'm going to get these blocks and I'm going to work it out, and then I'm going to stick it in the grid, rather than playing the Tetris, dropping it into the grid and then trying to get them back out again and switch them around, which makes sense.
So,
but going to the trials.
Yeah, what?
I would get overexcited on this, don't I?
Yeah, it is kind of your yearly thing, isn't it?
Yes, because we're running up to the festive season, and I work so busy this time of the year. I mean, let's face it. Doing what we normally do, running the business, working. We've had film things we've got to go. We've been in and out of
costume fittings,
in and out of film studios with costume fittings for filming next year. I mean, we've been literally bombarded with different film jobs and things.
Yeah.
It's been really busy, and so by the time you get to 9 o'clock in the evening, or sometimes 10 o'clock, where you have to watch the rerun, it is just nice to sit down and watch I'm a Celeb, just to chill out, have a little laugh, and
I mean, to be honest, for me, even as just like something that's on in the background that you don't really pay that much attention to,
it's easy watching. And I just want something to vegetate to after I've had such busy days. I just want to sit there and just go, have a laugh when they're screaming their heads off. Go back to the trials. That's what I'm saying. Go back to the trials. And again, I said in our previous podcast that I really missed the one where they had the tank, where they had the swimming pool, where they have to go down and swim. And they brought that back as well.
Which we were surprised at.
Which was surprised. And, Jane, bless her, she was, give her credit. She got down there and she was doing those, but she steamed up a bit, Goggles did. And Moira, who obviously we now know hates spiders. She really did have to.
I think it got to a point with her that everyone got kind of a bit fed up of her screaming.
Well, but screaming. I mean, they were really screaming, especially when they ended up on that night bus. They were all in there, and that's when we discovered that Talisa could really scream as well. She said, "That's it. I've been sussed now." Yeah, she wasn't going to scream.
A secret screamer.
Secret screamer. Dean, on the other side of it, obviously he started off being absolutely useless at the trials, but
then he started getting better,
but he got better and better. He did.
It helped the team, but it didn't necessarily help his popularity, did it? No, because I mean, he went out pretty early.
He was second out, which I was surprised at. But but then again, I'm wondering whether that was based on the fact that he became a Houdini, as they called him, because it was really funny. Because we saw the VCR, VT, shall I say?
VCR.
That's a VCR. The other side of the studio, there's just loads of video cassette tape just staring at me. It just popped in my head. So we saw the VT about when Melvin was saying, "Oh, I'm calling him Houdini because he keeps disappearing
when stuff needs to be done." Yeah.
and they showed us Melvin trying to get him to carry water when he was doing the water duty, and he was like, "Oh, the Dutch." I kept calling it Dutch pot. It's a Dutch oven, but they're taking the Dutch pot so heavy. All the women had been doing that. They're on water duty, had been carrying that up, and Melvin was just doing it and doing it, and then when Dean got off the show, he's up there saying, "Oh no, I did pull my weight, Did
he though?
And I was kind of thinking, I think some people, like, you have them in the workplace, don't you?
Yeah.
They're kind of hardwired that what they think they are pulling their weight, but they're not.
Yeah.
But you tell them they're not, and they're going, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
And I wonder if that was his downfall, because he didn't seem to be literally pulling his weight in camp. I wonder if people went, he's swinging the lead a bit there. I don't know.
Swinging the lead?
Swinging the lead, that's what it's
called. What's that?
When you're not pulling your weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an old naval term, swinging the lead.
Oh, I've never been in the Navy.
In the Navy. No, you don't.
Have you been in the Navy?
Me? No, your grandfather was.
You've been in the Navy in a movie.
Oh, yeah, I have. Actually, so have you.
Have I? Oh, yeah. That's a series.
You were in what's it?
That was The Crown.
Yeah, it was The Crown. You were in The Crown.
What were you in?
That would have been The Legend of Tarzan.
Correct.
The Legend of Tarzan. Well, technically, I was a foot soldier.
But you were on a boat.
I was on a ship.
You're on a boat.
I was on a ship, yeah. Anyway, I've been on other ships as well. In the heart of the sea, I was on a ship.
Sidetrack.
Heart of the sea.
Bring it on track here.
Yeah. Anyway, back to I'm a Celebrity. Right. Yes. Anyway, So we lost all these people. And then last night we came down to losing 2. And tonight, because as time of recording, we've got 2 more celebrities going out this evening.
Another 2.
Another 2.
Who do you reckon's going to go? I don't know.
Right, so we're into the guessing games again now. So we have left Reverend Richard. We've got Danny. We've got Colleen. I actually know that Colleen Rooney is now Wayne Rooney's wife.
Yeah.
Oti Babuzi.
Yeah.
Alan
Howshaw. The thing is, it can't be Oti.
And GK Barry.
Oti is fine.
Oti. She's got the golden ticket.
Yeah.
I've got a golden ticket. Yeah,
it's
like Willy Wonka, isn't it?
I reckon, if anything...
Go on, hit me with it.
I can't hit you with this particular person. They're in Australia at the moment.
No. Go on.
Alan. I think Alan's going.
Well, it's 2.
One from Corrie.
2. So, who would be your second? I would say Alan as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I've got 2 choices on the second one.
Yeah.
It's either going to be GK Barry or Reverend Richard.
Correct. Yes.
Did you go for that as well?
I was going to go with that, yeah.
Okay, so if we're both pretty convinced that it's going to be Alan out, who do you reckon, GK Barry or Reverend Richard?
I think it will be Reverend Richards. I reckon.
You see, now that's an interesting one because I
don't think she's going to be the most popular of the 2.
So you're saying Reverend Richard would go out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, that's where I got it wrong earlier. I kept saying that I think Reverend Richards would go out because he won't have as many people voting for him to stay in. But I've kind of changed my mind on that, and I think it's because he is a well-known personality. He's obviously in the communards before he became a reverend. He's a really nice guy. I'm starting to think it's going to be. I mean, GK Barry has proved herself. Yeah, I mean, start the series. I hadn't heard of GK Barry. Had you?
No.
So I suppose it's a bit like a lot of people out there haven't heard of Zak Holland, and he.
I mean, come on! Of course, you must have heard of me by now. Yeah. Honestly, just Google me.
It needs to be in I'm a Celeb next year.
Google him.
Yes.
Google him.
Google me.
I watch him in I'm a Celebrity. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, no. Pete Buzzsaw Holland in I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Pete Buzzsaw Holland, everything revealed.
We need to
Pete Buzzsaw Holland unseen.
We need to have Zak Wylde Holland in there as well.
Yeah, go for that.
Tag team. Yeah, give me
secret tag team. Yeah.
Secret tag team. We go in there and they don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they're looking to replace Ant and Dec, so we could be the new ones.
Oh, we could do. We just got to get the patter sorted out.
The patter.
Yes, it.
I think we've got that down.
Okay, got it down.
Just
okay.
Improvised nonsense most of the time.
Improvised nonsense. Okay, so who do you reckon? So I'm thinking Reverend Richards actually may well stay in.
So GK.
I think it might be GK.
Ooh.
Sorry, Alan. I think you're going to go, mate. But
yeah, I think it's pretty conclusive. Alan's going to go.
I think it's GK is going to be the one who is going to be tipped. I think Reverend Richards is going to hang in there. Now they only have 3 on the Cyclone, don't they? Or is it 4?
4.
It is 4.
It's 4. So before we discuss who we think the I'm a Celebrity winner of this year is going to be,
who's going to be King of the Jungle?
2 more serious questions to ask about I'm a Celebrity.
Okay, go for it.
This is something that's kind of been on in the background as this series has been progressing.
Okay.
And that first question is,
okay, what is?
Do we think I'm a Celebrity is still relevant today? Is it just a load of nonsense?
Well, it is. Well, it's nonsense, but it's nonsense.
Does it have a purpose?
Again, something that's just come into my mind from our previous podcast. Like I was saying about, I didn't like it in the past where they got people to eat live spiders and things.
Yeah.
And at least in this series, they've actually, I assume, humanely killed the things they were eating, which I prefer to see that.
Yeah.
Than to see people crunching up live things. And because I thought that was pushing the boundaries a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
For a TV show.
Yeah. As to whether it's still relevant, I think everybody likes a little bit of kind of, it's a knockout, Takeshi's Castle, pie in the face kind of
nonsense.
That it
So,
doesn't
yeah.
have to be particularly serious.
Mhm, mhm.
And I think the thing is,
It's a bit of escapism from the seriousness of life.
yeah, and I think when you've got
On a whole.
you got Danny dressed up as a giant pencil.
He liked that costume. He really did.
Bending over and having to
really
draw pictures on Oti Mabusi. I think actually it was really funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so as far as relevance is concerned, I just think that kind of slapstick humour has always been part of. Well, I can't talk about other cultures, but certainly British culture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've
100%.
slapstick comedy from.
We take the mickey out of everyone and everything.
Everyone and everything. Well, we used to before we used to get told off these days for trying to be.
Yeah, I'd say the pool of humour has certainly been narrowed down.
You have to
it's been whittled.
You have to be careful of how you are being humorous in case you offend somebody and they have to go and have a little cry somewhere on a beanbag in a sensory room.
But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
I've probably offended somebody by saying
Probably.
that.
Yes.
Anyway, so I think actually it's relevant in the fact that everybody likes slapstick humour, and that's what this is all about. I think there was a time when people were saying, "I don't know who these celebrities are," because right at the beginning they used to have a lot of people in whom were, for want of a better word, more universally recognised as celebrities.
Yeah.
But as time's gone by, then they're bringing people in, especially over the recent few series, where you've got people like G.K. Barry, which are obviously
online influencers, content
creators, which a lot of people have never crossed swords with. They've never come across before, so they're going, well, I don't know who this person is.
Well, wasn't it a couple of years ago where there was actually a bit of tension in the camp where I think it was a footballer said, "Well, you're not a real celebrity, are you?"
Oh, yeah. Do
you remember that?
I don't know.
It was just like somebody who's on X Factor once.
All right, okay. Well, I suppose that's it. I mean,
who kind of got subbed in.
You see, before the rise of Instagram, TikTok, and things like that, where you have followers, your celebrity status must be really how much dictated by people physically recognizing you. Yeah. Now, are they gauging it more on how many followers you've got? Depends on how much of a celebrity you are.
Yeah, how much traction you've got in the.
Because I mean, let's face it. If you've got, they did have that question about how many followers. Yeah. If they
collectively,
all had, but you wouldn't have had that a few years ago.
No,
because it wasn't a thing.
No.
So has celebrity kind of changed?
Perhaps it has. That's a subject for another time.
But then I still hark back to the fact that if you are a recognisable celebrity. Because that's what I mean. I'm not a football person, so most footballers could stand next to me in a queue, and they could be the most famous footballer in the world, and I wouldn't recognise them for toffee. Yeah, so that. But if I had Brad Pitt stand next to me, who I recognise because I've worked with him before, as well as obviously knowing that he's been in films, that's a worldwide recognisable celebrity. So you're going to have celebrities which, for example, if you've got, say, the German version of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
I'm a celebrity.
Get me out of here.
Austrian.
That's Austrian.
Austrian.
Put the cookie down. But if you've got the German version, in Germany, you're going to be watching your kind of version of Coronation Street, EastEnders, whatever, and you're going to have your own celebrities that you're going to recognise, but in another country, they're just not going to be recognised by anyone.
Exactly.
So I think celebrity is kind of I think it's unfair to say that somebody isn't a celebrity in a kind of a way these days, because the whole way celebrity works is different.
Yeah.
Because
I see what you're saying.
Somebody can be a celebrity by having literally 1.6 million followers, but a huge amount of people have never even seen their face before.
Very true.
See what I'm saying?
Very true.
Anyway, what was your
second question?
Second question.
Before we move on to our main event time,
main event, yes.
Was, do you think it's staged? This is a thing that's always been a thing since the beginning. Is like, how to the letter is it presented to us?
That is a really good question. I'm really glad
when the cameras are off. Is it old teas and coffees are out?
Right. I don't think that it is as staged as that.
Mhm.
But back in the years gone past, they really did. When it had contraband in camp, they really came down on them, and sort of gave them. Where one 12 stars, and because of contraband they ended up having 4 stars worth of food.
Yeah.
And then they would literally go trying to break out of the camp, and we're complaining, and
going on strike
and all sorts of stuff. But in this series, for example, when Moira, for example, when she was being interviewed with Ant and Dec up the top when she'd left the camp, she seemed to have perfectly manicured, very nice false nails on. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, okay.
Yet when she was in the Arcade of Agony, she's trying to get those balls open. She said, "Oh, I think I've broken a nail," you know. And I can't say I noticed these manicured nails on her before. They were really prominent.
Interesting.
I also note that, and I've said this to you, most of the women are really shiny because they're literally putting oil, I presume, moisturizer or stuff on, which they never used to have in the past. Yeah, that was kind of. That would have been contraband.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
But some things are not addressed, like continuity errors. A lot of people point out continuity errors in events.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that they are looked after maybe a lot better now
than what it was. Yeah,
because they were treated pretty harsh in the past.
But I mean, to be fair, let's think about really why we're there. We're there to see them suffer through the trials, and to a certain extent they do. They are very messy.
They are. Some of them.
They are a bit taxing.
Talking about
both physically and mentally.
Talking about taxing trials, I think it's time that we visit. Was it
the Deli of Doom?
The disgusting
Deli.
Let's call it disgusting Deli. Let's do it together. Time to go to
the disgusting deli.
Right now, really interesting thing. Right, this is really bizarre.
Yeah.
What did they get to eat last night?
I can't remember.
It was eel.
Eels.
Yeah.
We're not singing the eel song from Mighty Voosh.
Eels up your nose and all. Anyway, yeah. Well, the thing was, because we've been so busy, we sort of fell 48 hours behind time doing this podcast.
Yes.
And so we'd already purchased some items for our disgusting deli.
Oh no!
Bushtucker Trial.
It's surprising how hard it is, like, to find disgusting food in a shop now.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, obviously in the last one, we bought in the insects.
Yeah.
Which were fine. They weren't too bad. But we kind of had a discussion. We decided let's go for food that neither of us have tried.
Yeah.
I think there might be one item that I have tried, but not in the form it is in. But let's find something that we haven't eaten.
Okay.
Now, what they had eel for dinner.
Yeah.
And we purchased a couple of days ago.
Yeah. A
packet of jellied eels. Okay, so that, and when they had their eel, they said it was horrible, and then they started talking about jellied eels and how could anybody eat that stuff? It's rank, and it's like, okay, well, we've gone for jellied eels, and I've got to admit, in my nearly 60 years on this planet, I have never indulged in jellied eels before.
Indulged, I'm not sure is the right word.
And I have to say, the reason I mentioned about us being about 48 hours behind time is because these jellied eels have a use-by date of the 3rd of the
December.
12th. And it's the 6th today, if I'm correct. So they're a couple of days out of date. But they've been in the fridge.
Yeah.
And they're unopened.
We've looked after them.
And there's anybody that knows me, I'm always eating out-of-date food.
Not going to lie, looking at it doesn't look fun.
So we have jellied eels. But that's not all. We also have fermented cabbage.
Spicy fermented
cabbage.
I found that, and you know what? Of all the things we've brought in today, I think that is the one I'm most apprehensive about. It's the one I'm least looking forward to.
The cabbage.
The cabbage.
Well, they always, on I'm a Celebrity, have fermented things.
Yeah. So that's what kind of drew me into getting that.
And then the last one we have is anchovy fillets. Now, that's the thing. I've had anchovies before. I don't know if you've had anchovies.
Nope. I've heard about them. I was actually surprised to discover that they were fish.
Yes, anchovies.
Because I heard that people have them on pizza and things.
Oh yeah. So what are we going to dive in first? Are
I
we
don't
going
know.
for the big hitter, the jellied eels?
No, I can't choose.
I'll tell you what. We'll start off with the anchovies. Right?
Try not to make too much.
I've got a tray here.
Yeah, maybe open it on the tray.
Because these are kind of oily. I'm going to peel this off. Okay. You ready with your fork?
No, not really.
These are quite oily. Do you remember when we had that Polish ration pack?
Yeah.
And that had
sprats.
That had
they were nice.
Smoked sprats.
We have got water to hand this time.
Yeah,
we are not entirely unprepared for this.
Oily fingers. Right. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to get.
How many stars do we get per thing?
I don't know. You just got to. Oh look, I've got an anchovy or two.
Or 5.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going for an anchovy.
Oh, that is very fishy. Are we ready for this?
Let's go for the sniff.
Sniff test.
Ooh, that's fishy.
Yeah.
It's a fishy smell.
Right, so the first one.
Anchovies.
Anchovies. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that is not a Bushtucker Trial.
That's fine. Can we just?
I want more now.
Can we just stop it there and just eat?
Yeah, the anchovies are really nice.
Just nudge the microphone.
Don't
there.
worry about that. Oh.
Can we save the rest? Can we save the rest of those for later?
Right. We can. They're so oily.
Very oily. If anything, that's like super duper oily.
Don't get them on the equipment.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So part 1 of the eating challenge was actually really quite nice.
Yeah. I've heard like horror stories
About anchovies.
like how disgusting they are.
Well, I've got to say, I've had anchovies many times, and I've got to say that normally they're very salty.
Okay.
But they're really nice. Those ones are
They just taste like fish.
Yeah, but they're
Really oily fish.
oily fish, but really nice.
No problems with that at all.
So that's not a problem. That really doesn't deserve to be in the disgusting deli.
No, it's a delicious deli.
That's okay. So there's a ding. That's a delicious jelly.
Jelly?
Deli.
Got jelly on the brain.
Jelly. We haven't got a hooter around. I don't want
It's somewhere over there.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a dig.
Okay, don't worry.
I don't feel we're going to reveal any.
Back to our
contracts
eating challenge. It's going to be your favourite.
Oh, no.
You can't.
Why?
I've got greasy hands. Now.
That's it. Let's call time on that one.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Okay, it's the fermented cabbage.
That looks awful.
Oh, sniff that.
I don't want to. That smells like pasta sauce.
All right. Oh look, I'm gonna have to go over the jar. Here we go.
Oh,
it's going
God.
in. It's going in. Fermented cabbage.
Ugh.
Mm-mm. It's not bad.
Not bad. What texture was it? This might be
Slug texture. It was a bit sluggy. You know, if you pick a slug up.
Don't tend to do that.
Well, of course you pick slugs up. They're a bit oozy. You're going to enjoy that. Go on.
Really?
Slap your lips round some fermented cabbage.
Why did I even pick this up?
Come on, you got to do this, son. Big mouthful.
What do you mean a big mouthful?
Come on, I had a big mouthful. That's because I've got a big mouth. No, I know. Come on, that's good. Go on.
Okay.
In he goes.
Oh,
Don't
it's
drip
dripping.
everywhere. You're dripping on yourself. Go for it. Your face says it all. Oh, God. You got to eat it. You got to eat it. Come on. I don't think he likes the fermented cabbage.
Texture. It's a texture.
I told you it was sluggy.
I don't like the texture.
It's sluggy.
God.
Come on, you can do it. Swallow that down.
I'm
You got to stick your
doing
tongue out. Can't show your face. The manufacturers of fermented cabbage are going to love you. Come on, swallow.
Come out my nose.
It's coming out your nose. Come on. This is why we do these things. Think of the listeners and think of the viewers. Come on, you can do this. Come on. Down in one. Down in one. I think he's going to need a drink of water after this. I think I've still got oily fingers off the anchovies.
This is awful.
Oh, there you go. I'm having some water. Have you not eaten it yet?
No, I haven't eaten it yet. Because the spiciness is fine, it's just everything else is awful.
I told you, it's sluggy. There's some water if you want some.
I've got water down.
Okay, well, you've got your own water. Come on, get it down your neck. We got the jellied eels next.
I'm trying. It's quite a texture.
Just swallow. Think of England. Come on.
Oh.
I told you. It'd be
got like a skin.
I told you you'd be great. Think of the eyeballs and everything on I'm a Celebrity.
That's fine.
It's the fermented cabbage you're going to put you off.
Yeah. Yeah. God,
it's still in there.
It's stuck in my teeth.
Come on, get rid of it. Come on.
Oh, blimey.
Show us that tongue.
You've
You've eaten it.
Good grief. I do not recommend that. You can keep that, Asia. Sunny kimchi, spicy fermented cabbage, available for all good retailers.
You don't like your kimchi
No.
fermented cabbage? Okay. Well, we're obviously definite. Love the anchovies. But the kimchi fermented cabbage didn't go down well.
Did I earn a star from that?
Sorry?
Did I earn a star?
You earned a star, yeah.
Just one.
Just one.
Ouch.
But now we have the 3-day.
Whose idea was
the
this?
3-day out of date jellied eels.
Jellied eels.
Jellied eels.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna peel it. There you go.
If this smells bad,
Oh, look.
don't dribble everything.
Oh, it's just like a huge pot of jelly. Look at that. I was going to say, actually.
Dig in.
I was going to actually say with this pot of jellied eels, the majority of the pot is jelly. I don't know, do you eat the jelly?
I don't
Or is
know.
it just to eat the eel?
I mean,
You meant to tuck into the whole thing? Or
I
is it
don't
just...
know.
Nobody's told me this in 60 years, you know?
We could have just, researched this.
Right, I've got... Oh, it's like in a solid lump.
Oh, it's flapping.
Oh, I bumped my mic.
No.
It's kind of weird. Go on, you got to get a bit.
I'm going to get a bit.
Go on. Maybe we should take it in turns, otherwise we're going to go silent.
Oh, no.
Right. Oh, even I'm having...
Why is that so solid?
I don't know what...
It's like I'm mining.
Oh, I've lost a bit of the jelly.
Oh, it made a weird sound.
It's squidgy.
Oh, it's coming apart.
Oh, you got to get a whole lump of eel.
I'm trying to get the whole lump of eel, but the bloody thing don't want to come out.
Just get another lump of eel. Oh,
Okay.
well, that's it. That's a nice
Jesus
mountain.
Christ!
Oh, look at that. That's good.
Right. Eels.
Okay, so it's taken me nearly 60 years. It goes to jelly. Even I'm a bit.
Don't drop it.
Here we go.
It's got to
Here
go
we
in. Ah. Jesus Christ! It came out. It came out. Ugh. No.
No.
Nope. Sorry. Camp. You're gone. Sorry. You're
It's got, oh, it's got bones in it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why is this nice? Why would anybody eat this? I mean, Buzz is renowned for eating anything.
But still. Oh.
Come on, focus.
Who is this for? Good God.
It's got bones in it.
You're supposed to eat the bones. I'm like, no, thank you.
Oh,
It's that jelly, man.
oh.
I've nibbled it. Does that count?
No.
What do you mean, no?
Mm.
What do you mean, no?
The jelly and the eel has gone.
Oh.
Come on, get in there, son.
What do you mean, get it? I literally put it in there and it didn't want
I've
to
got to
be
say,
eaten.
I've got to say, after waiting all my life to try a jellied eel, to find
Oh.
out that actually it's a succulent piece of... Eat the whole thing. Get it in
It's
there.
solid.
Get it in there.
Oh, God, it's on the sofa.
It's going all over the
It's
studio.
on the sofa. Oh, God.
Stick the lump in.
I can't stick the lump in. It doesn't want to go in.
Go in.
I have put it in and it said
Came
no.
out.
My brain said no.
Do you give up?
I give up. I officially
Right.
give up.
Buzz for the win, then.
I'll eat this bit.
You're going to eat that bit.
I'll eat this bit.
Go on. In it goes. Go on.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
No, back out again. No, it's back out again.
Oh,
you got a tiny
I've got a bit. I've got a bit.
There's more on the studio floor than in your mouth. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to call that one. That's Buzz for the win. Oh, but that jelly deal was horrible. I've got to say, no, survival situation, yeah, I'll eat it.
Really?
Well,
really?
In a survival situation, I'd rather eat something than nothing. But I don't know who invented jelly deals, but there you go.
Probably people in Finland.
Well, I don't think so. It's a traditional English dish, jelly deals, yeah.
I know they eat like rotten shark and things over there.
Oh, fermented shark.
Yeah.
I think something else. Fermented shark sounds nice.
To describe that for the listeners and viewers out there, that was every texture. That was every texture imaginable in one bite.
I've got to say, yeah.
It was chewy, hard, gelatinous.
Yeah, had some nasty bones in there.
Yeah.
They obviously don't debone the...
As soon as you mentioned that, I was like, nah,
they
mate.
didn't debone the eel. Right, anyway, that was our Bushtucker Trial.
So out of a potential 6 stars, I think we can consider that...
Well, 2, 4, 1 for me, 5.
5 out of 6.
Yay! Buzz for the win.
God, that was awful. Jelly deals.
Look, he's still got his beard.
Don't drip it on the computer for whatever you do.
Anybody want a jelly deal?
Yeah, you can purchase it now off of the Zak Wylde Productions eBay page. No,
it's only
we're not selling it.
Only 3 days out past its use by date.
Yeah, I don't think that helps or hindered it whatsoever.
I don't think it would have made any difference if it was fresh. Anyway, right, back to I'm a Celebrity.
Hey.
We've done our Bushtucker Trial.
So,
who do we think is going to
win? Oh,
right.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I think that if you end up with Rev and Danny and Colleen and Oti working on what we think that Alan and GK are going to be the next out, or GK might be in there and the Reverend might be out.
Yep.
But I think it's going to come down to... Do you know, Oti's doing really well. It's very difficult. I would have gone Danny and Colleen.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I'm kind of wondering whether it will be Danny and Oti.
I'm actually surprised by how far Oti has got.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you go on the popularity stakes, then I kind of think that Colleen is going to be out there in front because she's got all of the footballers everywhere. Yeah. We live in a country of people that are
obsessed with it.
Obsessed with football. So Colleen will be like out there in the front and probably hard for her not to win.
Yeah.
Out of popularity. But Danny's just such a
nice guy.
He's such a nice guy, full of positive energy. He just gets on with everybody.
I say music speaks to everyone.
You know, he's just just brilliant. You know, enthusiastic to do the trials. Annoyed with himself when he like didn't do as well as he was hoping to do and things.
Yeah.
Oti has just been brilliant all the way through.
Yeah.
It's a really hard one to call.
Oh.
If you ask me, who do I think I'd like to see?
Who would you like to win?
I would like to see Danny as King of the
Jungle.
Jungle.
that's kind of the.
What about you, Zach?
It's the tactical thing here. It's who do you think's going to vote and who do you want to win?
So who do you want to win?
I think out of the remaining people, I think Danny has been the most lively throughout the entire show. I reckon.
Yeah.
The funnest, the most joyful.
Yes,
of the lot.
As well as being a really talented young man.
Of course. He's made friends with everyone.
Yeah, he's just a real pleasant lad. You know, so.
But it's anyone's game. It's anyone's game.
So I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe we should come back for a kind of roundup when the series ends.
That's gonna be soon though.
Yeah,
that would be 2 weeks from now.
No. We'll just have to fit in a quickie.
Fit in a quickie.
Yeah, slip in a quickie, eh?
Anyway, we'll see about doing that potentially then. I reckon when it's done, when we finally have a winner revealed.
When we finally find out who is the king or queen of the jungle.
Yeah, and we're not doing another eating trial.
Yeah, and now I feel very sorry for them have an eel yesterday.
Yeah, what a prize. What a prize.
And that's about it. So I hope all you guys out there are really enjoying this year's series. If you've got any comments, stick them down in the comment box. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to be king or queen of the jungle before it actually is decided?
We would love to know. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further topics or activities you'd like to listen to in future episodes.
Get yourself some jellied eels.
That's a big fermented goodbye from Zak.
It will be later on, I'll tell you. And it's a big eels up your nose, eels in your ear and anywhere else. Yeah, it's an eely goodbye, a jellied eel goodbye from Buzz. Goodbye.